Hey tag team, Allison Roberts here, and I am back with another tag. Tag means talk about grace. Today's tag theme is takes one to know one. You remember when you were children and somebody probably tracing you off, giving you a cussing, describing you in ways that you probably don't like, and in order to just throw it back at them, you say takes one to know one. Yes, takes one to know one. But I am not talking about that now. It's not about the tracing thing. It's about why is it that when there is something that you notice in a person, it is either because you've experienced it, you've seen it, or that trait is in you. Or think about it, you're in high school, you're at the workplace, and you always find yourself drawn to a set of people. Yeah. And then after, getting to know them, you realize, man, we have things in common. We're like, I see why I like you. We here, we get each other. I can say that I've experienced that with, the workplace. There are people who, they see you come in, they hear stories and they think things of you. But once they experience you, they realize, yeah, we're here. I like you. When they actually really get to know you and they realize that, okay, you guys have something in common, whether it is that you're sharp tongue, you're quick in the mind, you're funny, whatever it is that, starts that initial bond of the relationship. It takes one to know one. You see somebody and you're like, yeah man, that girl must see you. It's because you know what it is to be that. You see somebody that is brilliant, you're like, say extra smart, in a normal and a regular smartness, because it is in you. And in life, it does take one to know one. What my encouragement to us this week, tag team, is not just the superficial of relationships. Take one to know one. You're fun, you're nice, I want to be around you. But it is about us filling those gaps. It is about us noting issues and concerns, whether it's in others or of yourself, and know that, what? Takes one to know one. I have seen this issue, I have understood this issue, and it means that there is something in us that has a solution. So whether you're a part of a church group or you're wider church in and of itself, and you look and you're like, this missing, this can fix, takes one to know one. That means you have the capacity to bring some level of light to the area. You have the capacity to bring some solution. We're tired of the church people who they complain, Lord, this not do good, Lord, then cannot do this. If the complaint pop in your head, you have the answer. Or you have what it takes to even start the conversation to go to the point of resolution. So, people of God, we have work to do in 2025 and beyond. So, I know that there is nobody who is a member of any church organization who not have issue with something. And I'm not talking about the superficial things like preferences, like, oh no, I want them to sing this worship. No, I'm talking about fundamental things where there are literal gaps. If you can see that gap, the Lord can use it to fill that gap. The Lord can use it to initiate change, and so be ready. I know that for a lot of us, we don't like the drama, we don't like the problem, we don't like the stir up and the cascades and the botheration, and so we see it and we just, that is not the year. That is not the year. We are going to ensure that the Lord's business is done properly, and so you need to look into yourself and see what you can bring to the table. If you see that the youth are not engaged, if you feel like you can't bother with the picnic them, you know somebody who can bother with them. So create the framework. You might not be the person who will do the implementation, but you might have the capacity to create the framework and bring in and incorporate and draw people who are able to execute the job. Yeah, so don't feel like, say, all right, the praise team want to fix, I can't sing. Yeah, you can't sing. So that means you're not going to contribute vocally. But you may be an administrator that is able to help with the scheduling, is able to get them people who can sing together, who's able to motivate people who can sing to come on out. So let us think about, just building the kingdom of God, building the family of God, building the church of God. And even beyond your church home, if you can lend a helping hand, because the base of everything is to make fishers of men, is to extend salvation. So even if your church home is good in the area that you have the giftings, don't be afraid to help out another church. Don't be afraid to create connections with other people and help them out. It won't be in vain, because remember now, the building of the kingdom of God is universal. It is not my church I get built and me have 100 members and 10 members saving them. That's not what we're called to. Yes, we are placed in domestic or domicile places where we live and operate and worship and share with each other in fellowship. But don't be afraid to find other groups, other organizations that are evidently serving Christ. Remember, it takes one to know one. You have to make sure, say, what them depend, your man is the same God. Get your clarity there. But outside of that, you can go beyond the church walls to help to build the faith of others, to help to equip others so that other people can go out. Because what it is about is equipping the workers. The harvest ripe, so the workers need to be stirred up. They need to be equipped. So don't feel like you have to restrict your gifts to your home church. Don't feel like you have to restrict your gifts to your friend circles. Widen your horizon and continue to do the work of the Lord. The Lord might want to bring you on an international level to help churches all over the world to create a framework for whatever it is that you're gifted in. If it's administration, if you're able to organize and schedule how rehearsals run, if you have people who you can bring in, maybe the root of this is for you to even do a conference where you can train others, whatever it is, because you can identify the problem. Trust and believe there is some semblance of the solution already in you. So just change your perspective when the frustration comes because you see the issue. Just know that you just have to reflect in yourself to see, what is it that I can do to solve this issue, shed light on this issue, make it better in any way possible. So if it takes one to know one, that means you can see it, you can solve it. May I talk to anybody this week? Have an awesome week, tag team. Listen.